Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. I got some really wonderful responses to my video yesterday, so we're gonna keep these going. Do my 3-card reading for today, but this may apply to you as well. What I pull for myself, really, it doesn't have to be isolated with me. And how I'm gonna contextualize it is obviously through my own experience, but you may resonate with it too, and I hope you do. And if you do, please let me know. I would love to hear from you as always. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm starting a newsletter every week. It's free. You just sign up on my website, connorleo.com. I'm gonna be doing a reading for the week ahead every Thursday. Talk about astrology too. I'm gonna try to make it kind of fun and witty and put my personality into it, because that's what I have to give. So I'd really appreciate it if you signed up. It just takes 2 seconds. Again, go to connorleo.com. Right there at the front, you can put in your email address, and then also I'm gonna be doing giveaways through people who subscribed. So we're gonna be doing free readings and all kinds of fun stuff. It's just a way to connect that doesn't cost anything. So I love that. All right, so getting into my cards for today, where I'm at the 6 of Cups, which is about nostalgia and the past in particular. Sometimes talks about childhood, but not always. For me, I think it's sometimes difficult, like drawing a line in between childhood and adulthood. So much of it blends through it, just as the past blends into the present, which blends into the future. And tarot is very connected to that concept, that we all exist in the gray area, that there is no defining line. So for me, it's not specifically about childhood. I don't read it as to that, but is looking at the past and how it affects our future. And the 6 of Cups reversed here, here's a closer look at it, it's a gorgeous card, is when it's reversed, to me, it's about being trapped by the past. And that can be a few different ways. It can be trapped in the past, as in you can't move on, but it's also still, I think, and this is for me particularly, recovering from the wounds of the past, the pain of the past. It can indicate past abuse or neglect or disappointment. And I'm hesitant to go into too much detail about it, but this was a year that has been so transformative for me, but also disappointing in a lot of ways. I had a hope for something that didn't come out to be, and it's for the best. And I think, it's made me stronger. It's made me look at stuff with more clarity, but it comes into the challenge card here, which is the King of Swords reversed. But it's about like the wounds of love and how we want it so bad sometimes that we don't even look at what it really was. Like, was it really there to begin with, or did we just want it? Did we want this connection so bad? Did we want another person to want us so badly that we ignored the red flags and we told ourselves something that maybe wasn't even true from the beginning? So where I'm at today is definitely still, this is my way of recovery, by rededicating myself to these readings, by diving into the cards, by connecting with people in a more vulnerable way. It's helping me heal from the wounds of the past and look towards this new year with wisdom, but also with hope for what's to come. And that brings me to the Knight of Swords. So it's kind of in general a negative card in a lot of ways. It's about like this hastiness, this impatience, this determination, but often kind of a blind determination, ignoring your instincts. And that really is kind of what I'm talking about with this love that didn't work out. Somebody that love bombs you, that just off the bat is like, you're so amazing, I love you, I'm gonna be with you. And you're like telling yourself, finally, like somebody gets it, somebody gets how amazing I am. when really it actually doesn't have so much to do with you. It has a lot to do with this other person, and they're using you as this quick, well, they can be using you in a lot of different ways, but for me it was dealing with somebody with an addictive personality and even past addiction issues that was using me as a band-aid to be like, this is the thing that's gonna make me happy. This is the thing that's going to finally, bring purpose to my life and joy. And it actually didn't have a lot to do with me individually. So when I ended up being human, as we all are, and started to get, real in terms of wounds of the past and, my personality aspects and stuff that just comes with living with someone or building a life with somebody, then you fail to meet this expectation for them, and then they spin on you and they turn on you. And that obsessive love turns to a cruelty and a coldness that is really hurtful. So this energy here, this challenge is about uncontrolled hastiness, rushing into something without really taking a pause to think about it, because it feels good at the beginning. So that's the challenge that I'm reflecting on today, that's going to help me get over this pain of the past and also kind of look out for it in future. My circumstance is very unique. Maybe I'll talk about it at a later date, but I think it's easy to lose ourselves in that. And any relationship, but especially romantic ones, we sacrifice part of ourselves. So as painful as it is to recover from the past, recent past, long distance past, childhood past, whatever yours may be, probably like all of us, a mixture of both, it's also a freeing element. And that brings us to the advice from Spirit that we regain a part of ourselves. As hurts as it is, as much as it hurts to be alone and to have to go through life by yourself and to feel like you weren't enough, it actually is a regaining of a part of yourself that you had to give up. And then that's a good thing, and a dependency. So the advice from Spirit on the Path Forward is the devil reversed. And the devil is all about addiction. And I could talk for hours about addiction. And I've been with addicts in the past, recovered addicts. But the thing about recovering addicts too, that has been a big learning lesson for me this year, is that you're almost all the time really replacing something. So maybe you recovered from your alcoholism, but now it's something else that you're replacing that with. And really what addiction is dependency, right? And it's also too, it's an acknowledgement that you were really hurt, that you were in a lot of pain, so that you needed something, some trauma happened, and you needed to numb that pain. So you turn to something, a substance, a behavior. There's all kinds of addictions. Shopping addiction, adrenaline addiction, and love addiction. And that's something too for me, is I'm addicted to love. I love to love, and I love to be loved in return. But when that happens, I give up part of me, right? So the devil reversed is about a freedom from that. And that when love didn't work out, you're actually being released from a idea that you need somebody else to be happy, to complete you, to be strong, because you don't. And freedom is a gift you give yourself. So that's what I'm going to work on today, through my new newsletter, through connection with people who follow me for my readings, people who book readings with me, my clients. That gives me peace and purpose. It allows me to be free. Freedom. There's nothing more expensive than free. I remember somebody saying that too. And that means it's like you have to give up a lot of yourself, but it just opens when you're in these addictions. So by releasing yourself from them, it just gives opportunity to move forward. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. It's the full moon. Sending all my love, as always.